Good morning, students. Today's chapter, cash flow statement. We already know the logic of cash flow statement. In last session, we have studied the cash flow statement, two methods, direct method and indirect method. Today, we are going to see the format first. So direct method, as you are aware, we are focusing directly on payment to creditors, cash received from debtors, then expenses paid, or directly income received. Here, we are not concerned for net profit and we are not eliminating any items. So here we are directly focusing on all ordinary activities. So you can see the pro forma cash flow statement, serial number A, cash flow from operating activities. You can take a screenshot afterwards and write down it in notebook, this all formats. And today we are going to solve some illustrations based on this concept. So cash flow from the operating activities, receipts from debtors, it will be inflow. So receipts from debtors is your inflow. Then payment to creditors is your outflow. Very good morning to all of you. Then payment to expenses of the creditors. So here it will be outflow. Payment to employees, it is again salary and wages paid, outflow. And this is called as cash from operations. This is called as cash generated from operations less income tax paid. Income tax paid is always a separate head. So remember this pro forma, income tax paid having this separate head. Extraordinary activities we are going to adjust, and then we will get cash generated from cash flow from operating activities. So you will get cash flow from operating activities. After that, cash flow from investing activity. It's very simple that you are purchasing or selling any investment. Then you have, yes, if purchase, it is outflow. If it is sale, it is inflow. Investment in joint venture is also important. So any investment and interest or dividend received is also your inflow. So remember, interest received is investing activity, but at the same time, if you are paying interest, it is the outflow and it is financing activity. So interest paid is financing, interest received is investing. Similar logic for dividend received and dividend paid. And financing activity is related to issue of shares, receipt of call, redemption of capital, buyback of shares, debentures redeemed, dividend paid, or proceeds from calls in areas. So anything which is related to any receipt of grant for capital project is again a financing activity. Proceeds from long-term borrowings. So you can see this financing activities items. And then you will get net increase or decrease in cash or cash equivalent. So net increase or decrease means what? It is A plus B plus C, or it might be opening balance of cash and cash equivalent minus closing balance of cash and cash equivalent. So it's very simple. Now you can take a screenshot of this pro forma. Yes, beta, you can take. Chalo. Take a screenshot. Next pro forma. Yes, you can see here it is investing activity. Cash flow from financing activity. Take a screenshot. Good morning, Yogita, Vaishali, Tania, Vidya, Mahadev, Shamlal ji, Ritika, Anshu, Rajiv Kumar, Punam, Parampreet Kaur ji और Matanjali, Himanshu, Uma, Ankit, Afrin ji, Shraddha ji, Meman ji. Good morning to all of you. Yes, other students say good morning in कमेंट सेक्शन, चलो फास्ट, नींद में से बाहर आ जाइए फटाफट। गुड मॉर्निंग सबको, जल्दी फोकस कीजिए। यस, आई होप नाउ यू गॉट दी concept of direct method. So direct method, we are focusing directly on payment to creditors and amount received from debtors. Now we see what is indirect method. So what is, yes, can you tell me it in the comment section how we are getting cash operating profit? Yes, how we are getting, chalo jaldi se batao, question answer session. How we are getting cash generated from the operations? Yes, how we are getting better cash generated from operations in indirect method? I'm waiting for your answers. First, what we are going to calculate? We will calculate. Now we have here three options. How many options you have? Three options. You start with profit before tax, or you start with profit after tax, or you start with retained earnings. Okay. So these are your three starting points. Your starting points are PBT, PAT, or retained earnings. Normally, I prefer retained earnings, but ICI prefers profit before tax. Now, what is the implication of these three starting points that we are going to see? Then after that, what you are going to eliminate? Eliminate non-operating items. Eliminate non-operating items. If expenses, that will be add back, and if non-operating income, you will less. To get, yes, what you will get? Operating accrued profit. And technical language, it is called as operating profit before working capital changes. And after that, working capital adjustment. Working capital adjustment means current assets increase, current liability decrease, it is outflow. Current asset decrease, current liability increase, it is inflow, to get cash operating profits. Yes, this is very, very important chart. Mark it as IMP chart for indirect method. Yes, beta. After writing this chart, tell me over in the comment section. Yes. Tell me over in the comment section after writing this. This is exactly indirect method to calculate cash operating profit, in which you have three ways. You can start from PBT, or you can start from PAT, or you can start from retained earnings. चलिए ओवर. Okay. So, friends, now we are going to see some items of elimination. चलो अभी elimination में कौन कौन जाता है वो हम लोग देखने की कोशिश करेंगे. Which items are getting eliminated? चलो let's see. Number one, adjustments. Okay, so working note one, that I'm going to tell you which items are going to. Okay, first I will show you one practical example of Reliance Industries cash flow statement. You can see here that they have started with net profit before tax. So profit before tax is their statement. Okay, so profit before tax is the statement of profit and loss account that is adjusted for write-off investment. So you can check here write-off investment, loss on sale. Then you can check depreciation. Depreciation is going to add back. Effects of exchange rate for foreign exchange you can check. Then net gain or sale on investment, dividend income and interest income. So you can check here interest income or finance cost. So this is called as operating profit before working capital changes. Okay, so operating profit before working capital changes. Then you have adjusted for trade receivables, inventories, trade and other payables. Cash generated from operation less income tax paid, and you will get net cash flow from operating activities. You can check here. So net profit before tax. Now you can see these items which are eliminated. So items which are eliminated you can check. बारिश का सीजन है तो बहुत सारे मच्छर हो गए हैं घर में. ओके, तो नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स एज पर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. चलो जल्दी से नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स, राइट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट. Now one by one I am telling you the item for adjustment. Number one, right of investment. So right of investment, yes, can you tell me right of investment? Loss on sale of its asset. Right of investment, why? Because it is investing activity. Then depreciation is non-cash. Effects of foreign exchange rates. Now, yes, I'm going to explain that. Effects of foreign exchange rate, but later on. Net gain on sale of investment, again investment activity. Dividend income is investing activity. We have to eliminate it. And interest income. And last one is a finance cost. So finance cost is your यस इंटरेस्ट इनकम एंड फाइनेंस कॉस्ट. चलो जल्दी से बताइए फटाफट फटाफट फटाफट. ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट बिफोर वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस आने के पहले व्हाट वी वांट, ऑल एक्टिविटीज, इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न ऑफ, डिविडेंड इनकम, इंटरेस्ट इनकम, फाइनेंस कॉस्ट, ये ऑल दीज एक्टिविटीज वी हैव टू एलिमिनेट. Okay, so elimination round is very important and we have to understand it logically. Why we are eliminating this? Because we are moving towards cash generated profit. We are moving towards cash generated profit. So here you can see investing activity, financing activity will be the same. Net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent. And finally, we are getting this answer. Investing activity, you can check here. Proceeds from same format we have in financing activity. You can check here investing activity. Yes, sale of fixed asset, purchase of investment, maturity of fixed deposit, interest income that we are adding, and interest income के बाद dividend income that we are going to see. Dividend income from others we have to see, that is the investing activity. proceeds from issue of share capital, application money, long-term borrowings, prepayment of loan, short-term borrowings, dividend paid, interest paid. Everything I already clear all your concept. How your investing activities, financing activities, you are going to write it. Okay. And after that, net increase or decrease in cash equivalent, opening balance and closing balance. So you can check this pro forma and opening balance and cash equivalent. We will at the closing balance, we are going to write it over here from balance sheet, and opening balance, we are going to write it from balance sheet, and the difference we will consider as 4679. There is a decrease in cash and cash equivalent, and you can get the answer 6892 minus 11571. So this is the cash and cash equivalent, increase or decrease. But instead of preparing address format, I always prefer to prepare T format. As you are aware, I always prefer for T format. And now this is very important. By balance brought down and to balance carried down. That's why I told you I always prefer to start from retained earnings. Retained earnings is what? Retained earnings is nothing but your opening profit and your closing profit. Your opening profit and your closing profit. So by balance brought down. Then after getting by balance brought down and to balance carried down, yes, some items that we are going to eliminate. So some items mean depreciation. Why depreciation is eliminated? Reason is very simple. Non-operating activity, non-cash expenditure. Goodwill written off is also non-cash. Foreign currency loss is also non-cash expenditure. Loss on sale of asset, because it is non-operating. This is investing activity. Preliminary expenses written off, non-cash. Interest expenses, non-cash. Financing. Income tax separated. And any extraordinary activity, but that is loss due to fire और लॉस ड्यू टू फ्लड वगैरह, ये सब किसमें आएगा? एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी एक्टिविटी. बाय इंटरेस्ट ऑन इनकम, दिस इज इन्वेस्टिंग इनकम, एंड बाय प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ एसेट्स, एंड बाय फॉरेन करेंसी गेन, that is the an extraordinary item. If any income, insurance claim, that you are going to less it. So credit side you are going to deduct it, and debit side you are going to add it. So debit, credit. Otherwise, if you start with by balance brought down and to balance carried down, you will directly get by operating profit before working capital changes. So this is the pro forma. Reason is very simple. Yes, reason depreciation beta non-cash. First three non-cash, loss on sale of asset. You can write this. Yes, adjusted P&L. With reason you can write this. With reason. Non-cash. By balance brought down. चलो जल्दी जल्दी कंप्लीट कीजिए. By balance brought down. ध्यान दीजिए थोड़ा. We started with by balance brought down and to balance carried down. Depreciation we are going to add. डेबिट साइड पूरा का पूरा ऐड हो जाएगा. And credit side is going to less. Yes, you write the reason. Depreciation, non-cash. You can draw this pro forma and tell me over. This is very important. Adjusted profit and loss account. And then we are going to solve some illustrations. Yes, now today is the illustration day. Direct method and indirect method. Are you getting this concept? Yes, थोड़ा सा difficult है, but it's not at all very difficult. आशा करता हूं कि आप लोग ये सभी रीजंस भी लिखोगे. देखो एडजस्टेड P&L हम लोग क्यों बनाते हैं, एक बार हिंदी में समझ लीजिए. देखो हम लोग नेट प्रॉफिट से शुरुआत कर रहे हैं. अभी नेट प्रॉफिट मतलब क्या? नेट प्रॉफिट मतलब इसमें सबके सब आइटम्स आते हैं. कौन से आइटम्स आते हैं? तो पूरा का पूरा आपका एक्रूड प्रॉफिट का ये कॉन्सेप्ट है, जिसमें सिर्फ ऑपरेटिंग नहीं, डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज नहीं आती. तो हमें इसमें अदर देन डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज, नॉन कैश एक्सपेंडिचर, सब इसमें होता है. तो हमें सबसे पहले क्या करना है? हमें सबसे पहले इनको एलिमिनेट करना है जो नॉन ऑपरेटिंग है और नॉन कैश है. सो नॉन कैश और नॉन ऑपरेटिंग हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? एलिमिनेट कर रहे हैं. क्यों कर रहे हैं सर? मेरा एम है ना ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट को ढूंढना, ऑपरेटिंग कैश प्रॉफिट को ढूंढना. तो मैं तो पहले सबको एलिमिनेशन राउंड में चला जाऊंगा, जिसमें से मैं बाकी चीजों को एलिमिनेट करूंगा जो नॉन कैश आइटम्स है या नॉन ऑपरेटिंग है. तो कौन सी लिस्ट है सर? एक बार देखिए. डेप्रिसिएशन ये नॉन कैश है. फिर उसके बाद गुडविल रिटर्न ऑफ, ये भी नॉन कैश है. फॉरेन करेंसी लॉस ये भी नॉन कैश होता है, क्यों ये मैं बाद में बताऊंगा। सो फॉरेन करेंसी लॉस नॉन कैश क्यों होता है। लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ एसेट, सर ये इन्वेस्टिंग की एक्टिविटी है सर, इधर लेके क्या करूं उसको। ये प्रिलिमिनरी एक्सपेंसेस नॉन कैश होता है सर। इंटरेस्ट एक्सपेंस ऑफ फाइनेंसिंग की एक्टिविटी है सर। इनकम टैक्स, अरे इसका सेपरेट हेड है ना सर, सो इनकम टैक्स का सेपरेट हेड है सर। एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी आइटम भी सेपरेट हेड के अंदर ही आता है, आपने देखा होगा सेपरेट हेड इसको भी दिया गया सर। इंटरेस्ट इनकम, सर इंटरेस्ट इनकम इन्वेस्टिंग इनकम है सर। प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ एसेट ये भी इन्वेस्टिंग इनकम है सर। फॉरेन करेंसी गेन ये सर नॉन कैश है। फिर एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी आइटम सर ये भी आपका सेपरेट हेड है। सो सर सेपरेट हेड होंगे तो क्या करने का सर, इनको सेपरेट हेड हो गए तो भी एलिमिनेशन करने का। कौन से सेपरेट हेड है, इनकम टैक्स सेपरेट हेड है, एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी सेपरेट हेड है, और एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी आइटम इनकम साइड वाला भी सेपरेट हेड है। सो इतने सारे सेपरेट हेड है सर, सबको एलिमिनेशन राउंड में लेके गए सर। एलिमिनेशन राउंड में आने के बाद क्या होगा, ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट बिफोर वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस। सर ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट बिफोर वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस की वजह से क्या होगा सर, वी विल गेट ऑपरेटिंग एक्रूड प्रॉफिट। सर इसके बाद क्या, फिर वो वर्किंग कैपिटल एडजस्टमेंट करके फाइनली आंसर मिलेगा सर। बहुत इजी है सर, बहुत इजी है। यस चलिए, सो एडजस्टेड P&L, आई होप नाउ यू गॉट दिस कॉन्सेप्ट। अभी भी कुछ डाउट्स है तो यू कैन आस्क मी, अदरवाइज वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विथ इलस्ट्रेशन पार्ट। सो इलस्ट्रेशन पार्ट हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे। यस, इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट टिल नाउ, यस प्रॉब्लम पार्ट शुरू करेंगे नहीं तो। Preliminary expenses non-cash. Actually, preliminary expenses was previous study material में were there, but now preliminary expenses has to be written off on the debit side, and preliminary expenses we should not consider as it is a non-cash expenditure. Written off. Okay. So should we start with now illustration parts? If you have any difficulty, yes, direct method. See, it's very simple. From accrued profit, we are moving towards cash profit. So from accrued profit, we are moving towards कैश प्रॉफिट। तो आपको एक ही याद रखना है कि एक्रूड प्रॉफिट से हमें एलिमिनेट कर देने हैं कुछ आइटम्स, और हम लोग फिर इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज इन वर्किंग कैपिटल करेंगे। और सपोज डायरेक्ट मेथड होगा तो डायरेक्टली हम लोग डेटर्स अकाउंट बनाएंगे ना सर। आज एक प्रॉब्लम करेंगे तो अपने आप पूरा का पूरा याद हो जाने वाला है। सो डोंट वरी, टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू सी वन इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 5. In illustration number 5, everything will get clear. Why goodwill written off? Beta, goodwill is non-cash expenditure. It's written off. Written off means what? From asset you are getting it transferred to P&L. That is called as written off. Write off means you are now that asset is no more. Okay, so that is called as written off. And whenever it is a written off, it means it is a non-cash expenditure. Yes, chalo start. Yes, ready for action. Ready for action, beta. Yes. Now, whatever questions you have, it will get it in illustration number 5. So first we'll start with illustration number 1. See, Intelligent Limited, a non-financial company. Non-financial company is very important because their business is not taking investment and giving investment. So that's why that word is given, non-financial company. So their business is not taking loan and giving loan. Okay. It has sought your advice on the treatment on the same for the preparation of the cash flow statement. Loans and advances given to the following and interest earned on them. Okay. So loans and advances is given to supplier. Abhi beta, to supplier means what? Supplier is your operating item. So if loan is given to the supplier, it will be considered as operating activity. So this is the operating cash inflow. Okay. So this is operating. Though it is loan given, but see the root of this. Okay, root is that you are giving it to supplier, and supplier is covered under operating item. So whatever loan is given to supplier, it will be, if any interest you are getting, it is called as operating item. employees beta, employees you are paying salary and all, so this is again yes, employees are your operating items. And if loan is given to subsidiary company, subsidiary means investment beta, subsidiary means investment, so this is the investing activity. So you have to see that the source of this for supplier and employee it will be operating, but if loan is given to subsidiary company and you are getting any interest, that is the investment activity. Investment made in subsidiary company and you are receiving dividend, so that is also investing activity. Dividend paid sir, you already told dividend received is the investing activity, but at the same time dividend paid will be financing activity. TDS earned on the interest income earned on investment made. So now you have to see investment made के ऊपर TDS has deducted, and whenever TDS has been deducted, you have to understand it is also root is investing, so it is root investing होगा, so TDS is also covered under investing. I already explained the concept of TDS in the last session. So TDS or given to the supplier is also covered under investing activity. Insurance claim received, sir, this is extraordinary item and it has a separate head under operating activity. Extraordinary item is a separate head under sorry, but again see the root why you are getting insurance claim for fixed asset, not for goods destroyed. If it is for goods destroyed you are getting insurance claim, in that case it will be operating. But suppose if insurance claim is received against fire occurred and fixed asset is destroyed, in that case it is the investing activity. So beta extraordinary item under the head investing activity we have to show it. So this is called as extraordinary. Extraordinary has to be written as a separate head. Okay, so आपको ये separate head के अंदर लिखना है. Mark it as IMP question, 4 मार्क का क्वेश्चन है. ICI may ask you this question, very easy one. Yes, easy है. इजी है क्या? जल्दी से मुझे बताइए. इजी? Yes beta, TDS to supplier Matanjali ji, it will be operating reserve. Very good. Yes, you can take a screenshot of index. Loan given to supplier and employees will be operating, and interest also received, interest received or TDS. So TD nahi beta, TDS. TDS is also operating, and here also TDS is investing. So this is the index number 1. So you have to see loan is given to whom? Loan is given to supplier and employees. So beta TDS is also operating activity. And if loan is given to subsidiary, it will be investing activity. And interest on that is called as also investing activity. So friends, again you have to see what is the root cause why you are giving loan. Easy che? Okay. साक्षी इसमें क्या है रे बेटा? इतना इजी है बेटा साक्षी, कुछ है ही नहीं, दम ही नहीं है इसमें. ऐसे क्वेश्चन पे तो बेटा सिक्सर मारे जाते हैं. हाँ अभी देखो एक्सट्रैक्ट्स ऑफ बैलेंस शीट. चलो extracts of balance sheet. Now I want your participation, every one of you. अभी पूरा फोकस कीजिए क्योंकि अभी एक्शन टाइम आ चुका है. मुझे चाहिए आपका पूरा फोकस. Equity and liabilities, shareholders fund, share capital, reserves and surplus. So first I'm going to tell you about reserves and surplus. Now please understand, here it is income. Income minus expense is called as profit before tax. Then it is tax. It is called as profit after tax. And then we will deduct dividend. So we will get retained earnings. Retained earnings. सर एक बार मोहम्मद बोल रहा है कि इंश्योरेंस क्लेम का बता दीजिए। बेटा इंश्योरेंस क्लेम मतलब क्या? एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी। इंश्योरेंस क्लेम रोज मिलता है क्या आपके बिजनेस में? नहीं मिलता। अब ये इंश्योरेंस क्लेम यदि रिलेटेड टू गुड्स होगा, गुड्स मतलब ऑपरेटिंग है, तो वो एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी आइटम करके अलग से बताने का बेटा, अलग से बताने का एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी आइटम, इसलिए वो आपको ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी के अंडर दिखाना है। और यदि आपको इंश्योरेंस क्लेम ये आपके फिक्स एसेट की वजह से मिला हुआ है कि फिक्स एसेट जल गया था, तो ये फिक्स एसेट बोले तो इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी, तो इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी के अंदर ये सेपरेट हेड बताना है इंश्योरेंस क्लेम रिसीव्ड। इतना सिंपल है। ओके, सो सी बेटा, हियर इफ my starting point, now this is very very important, starting point, and what is the treatment. Now this chart is very important, so you note down it somewhere. Interest expenses and dividend expenses. If your starting point is profit before tax, sorry, tax expenses, sorry, if your starting point is profit before tax, have you deducted tax here? No sir, tax is deducted afterwards. So मेरा starting point profit before tax है, तो मैंने tax deduct ही नहीं किया. I have not deducted tax. So बेटा, why to add back it? So ignore. If you start with profit before tax, tax expenses, you are going to ignore. You don't add back it. Then if you start with profit after tax, now you only tell me, if I start with profit after tax and if I start with retained earnings, what I am going to do? Yes. Now you tell me it in the comment section. Should I add back? Yes, Prabhas ji. चलो सब लोग आंसर दीजिए. It is very very important. Now you saw that Reliance report. In that, profit before tax is a starting point. So you should not add tax and dividend in that case. Why we are adding this? Because tax is a separate head and dividend is a financing activity. So we have to add it. बेटा बताइए, if you start with profit before tax, what you are going to do? You will ignore tax expense and you will ignore dividend expense. Why? Because these expenses are yet not deducted. But what about if your starting point is profit after tax? यदि आपका starting point ही profit after tax होगा, तो आप क्या करोगे सर? जल्दी से मुझे बताइए, आप क्या करोगे if your starting point is tax, profit after tax? वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, एवरीवन आंसर. सर हमने टैक्स को डिडक्ट किया तो हम लोग उसको एड बैक करेंगे. क्यों एड बैक करेंगे सर? बिकॉज इट एज अ सेपरेट आइटम सर. एंड व्हाट अबाउट डिविडेंड एक्सपेंसेस? आई एम गोइंग टू इग्नोर इट. So what about retained earnings? Sir, what about retained earnings? If I start with retained earnings, then I will add tax and I will add dividend expenditure, both cases. Very good, very good. वाह रे वाह मेरे शेर लोग, क्या नॉलेज पाया है आप लोगों ने. बढ़िया, एकदम बढ़िया. सब समझ में आया आपको, सब पूरा समझ में आया. नाउ nothing is difficult in cash flow statement. If you understood this chart, nothing is difficult. Indirect method or direct method. Now I will give you steps how to solve these illustrations. Okay, क्या शेयर हो गए सब लोग? पूरा समझ में आया? चलो, वेरी गुड। अभी ये एक बार समझ में आया ना, तो कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट में चाह के भी आपके दिमाग से नहीं निकाल सकता हूं। आई कांट रिमूव इट फ्रॉम योर माइंड बेटा। इफ आई वांट ऑल्सो, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल। योर कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट, इफ यू अंडरस्टूड दिस, यस, नथिंग इज डिफिकल्ट। प्लीज मार्क माई वर्ड। चलो, बहुत बढ़िया। ये चार्ट लिखो रे एंड टेल मी ओवर। आफ्टर राइटिंग दिस चार्ट, tell me over if your starting point, tax expenditure and dividend expenditure. This chart is very important. बोला इंपॉर्टेंट है तो लिखने का फटाफट लिखो एंड टेल मी ओवर। मार्क एज आईएमपी चार्ट। चलो जल्दी लिखो बेटा। सर कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट बच्चों को डिफिकल्ट क्यों जाता? क्योंकि उनके बेसिक्स क्लियर नहीं रहते, क्यों कर रहे वो समझ में नहीं आता, एक्चुअल कॉन्सेप्ट और कैश कॉन्सेप्ट में बहुत ही धज्जियां उड़ा देते हैं। सो कैसे समझ में आएगा ये? सर हमें क्यों अच्छे से समझाए? समझ में ही आएगा ना, आपको लॉजिक सबको पता है। व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्रूड एंड कैश? अरे शिल्पा जी, एग्जाम्पल देके क्या बताऊं मैडम? प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स से आपने शुरुआत किया तो आपने टैक्स डिडक्ट किया है क्या? तो टैक्स तो बाद में डिडक्ट होगा ना। तो बेटा टैक्स बाद में डिडक्ट होगा तो हम लोग फिर इसको एडबैक ही नहीं करेंगे। माइनस ही नहीं किया तो कैसे एडबैक करूं मैं उसको? पैट में क्या हुआ? पैट में मैंने टैक्स को ऑलरेडी माइनस किया, पर सर टैक्स जो है ना मैडम मुझे नहीं चाहिए। क्यों नहीं चाहिए? बिकॉज टैक्स को सेपरेट हेड दिया गया है कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट में। अभी उसका सेपरेट हेड है, इसलिए हम लोगों ने वो डिडक्ट किया था। पर जब मेरा ऑपरेटिंग कैश प्रॉफिट के टूवर्ड्स में जाऊंगा तो मैं उसको एड बैक करूंगा, क्योंकि मैंने ये माइनस किया था। माइनस किया तो मैं इग्नोर करना है, मुझे ये आइटम एलिमिनेट करना है। एलिमिनेट क्यों करना है? बिकॉज मुझे ऑपरेटिंग एक्रूड प्रॉफिट चाहिए। ऑपरेटिंग एक्रूड प्रॉफिट चाहिए। आई स्टार्टेड विथ नेट प्रॉफिट। ये इनकम में, सिर्फ इनकम में ऑपरेटिंग भी है, नॉन ऑपरेटिंग भी है। एक्सपेंडिचर में भी ऑपरेटिंग है, नॉन ऑपरेटिंग भी है। तो मुझे इसमें से ना ये नॉन ऑपरेटिंग को एलिमिनेट करते जाना है। अभी एलिमिनेशन राउंड में मैं क्या करेगा? मैं टैक्स से शुरू करेगा। सर टैक्स का क्या? अरे टैक्स को क्यों एलिमिनेट कर रहे हो? क्योंकि इनफ्लो आपके कैश ऑपरेटिंग में देखो, एक नीचे एक इनकम टैक्स पेड करके सेपरेट हेड है। तो इनकम टैक्स पेड में हमें सेपरेट चाहिए, तो इसीलिए हम लोग टैक्स हमें यहाँ पे नहीं चाहिए। ये एक्रूड टैक्स है, ये याद रखना, मैं एक्रूड टैक्स है और मैं कैश टैक्स के टूवर्ड्स जा रहा हूं। तो ये सेपरेटेड होने के वजह से मुझे इसको एलिमिनेशन राउंड से बाहर करना पड़ेगा। आई विल एलिमिनेट इट। सपोज मैं पीबीटी से शुरू करता हूं तो मैंने टैक्स डिडक्ट ही नहीं किया था, तो मैं एडबैक क्यों करूं? पर मैंने पैट से शुरू किया तो मैं टैक्स को एडबैक करूंगा, पर डिविडेंड को इग्नोर करूंगा। बट इफ आई स्टार्ट विथ रिटेन अर्निंग्स, रिटेन अर्निंग्स से शुरू किया तो मुझे टैक्स को भी एलिमिनेट करना पड़ेगा और डिविडेंड को भी एलिमिनेट करना पड़ेगा। तो मैं टैक्स को एड बैक करूंगा और डिविडेंड को भी एड बैक करूंगा। सो दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई वी आर डूइंग दिस एक्टिविटी। टैक्स को भी एलिमिनेशन करना, डिविडेंड को भी एलिमिनेशन करना। डिविडेंड को क्यों एलिमिनेट किया? अरे सर वो फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी है, इसलिए तो उसको एलिमिनेट किया। और कितना डिटेल लॉजिक बताओ बस। बस ना शिल्पा जी, जान लेने वाले हो क्या? प्लीज, अभी कितनी बार एक्सप्लेन किया मैंने? एक बार बोल दीजिए ना सर समझ में आया, बस मैं आगे चला जाऊंगा। बेटा एडवांस के क्यों पीछे पड़े हुए हो? सब लोग हर बार मुझे आके वही क्वेश्चन पूछते हो, सर एडवांस अकाउंट यू आर गोइंग टू टेक? इफ आईसीआई परमिट्स तो लेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं लेंगे। बेटा बताओ ना जल्दी से। सिंपल छे शिल्पा जी, सिंपल। आपने बोला, मैंने इतना एक्सप्लेन करने के बाद सिर्फ आपने बोला था कि डिफिकल्ट जा रहा है। सो एग्जाम्पल, यस। चलिए, यस, शिल्पी जी, सॉरी नॉट शिल्पा जी, शिल्पी जी, यस, समझ आ गया। चलो, सो टेल मी, शेयर कैपिटल 5 lakhs का 5 lakhs है, इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट। 5 lakhs का 5 lakhs है। What about reserves and surplus? Reserves and surplus from 50, you are moving to 90. So you are adding reserves and surplus by rupees 40,000. You are increasing your reserves and surplus 40,000. 40,000. Okay. So my reserves are added by 40,000. My borrowings from 5 lakhs to 7 lakh 50,000. So I increase it 2 lakh 50,000. Two lakh 50,000. Nalini is from South and she is telling, sir, wow, I can understand Hindi division also. Yes, beta, you focus, you can understand any language. गुजराती में भी समझ जाएगा आपको। 2,50,000 long-term borrowings, I increase it from 5 lakhs to 7,50,000. I increased borrowings by 2,50,000. So in that case, yes, if borrowings are increased, it is my financing activity. But what about my unpaid interest? You can see unpaid interest is 5,000 and goodwill is written off 70,000. So how you are going to correlate all these things? Okay. See, my interest, we will assume debentures, you can write over there, debentures are issued on first day. On first day. Debentures are issued on first day. So my retained earnings, yes, now how my cash flow statement will look like. My retained earnings, now there is no indirect method because P&L items are missing. So here, yes, indirect method. Indirect method, reason P&L account is not given. P&L account is not given. So you can write on the module, indirect method, P&L account is not given. And second one, assume debentures are issued on first day. Debentures are issued on first day. So my retained earnings are 40,000. My retained earnings are 40,000. What I'm going to add first? Retained earnings. Actually, we do not have. This is an extract of cash flow statement. This is not the correct question. This is only extract. So, my interest is, see, I am going to add interest. What is the reason? I am going to add interest because, yes, interest क्यों add करूंगा? चलो, give me reason why I am going to add interest. What I am going to do with interest, sir? Yes, interest, tell me. And this is accrued interest. Huh? Why we are adding accrued interest? See, the difference between accrued and payment are different. Here we are calculating operating profit before working capital changes. So that is accrued operating profit. That is accrued operating profit. So friends, interest we will add 7,50,000 into 10%. We will add it. Okay. So interest. Yes. Interest is a part of, who answered it? Because financing activity. Elimination. I'm asking that. Matanjali, very good. First answer by Matanjali. Sir, interest is financing item. And if it is a financing item, we are going to add it. We are going to add it. Okay. Very, very simple reason, sir. Operating profit में हम लोग निकालने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. So interest accrued, we are going to add it. Which interest? Not paid. Paid because paid is only so 70,000. So we are going to add 75,000. And that's why I've taken the assumption that debentures are issued on the first day. If it is issued on the last day, so your interest will be on 5 lakhs. Why it is? Because debentures issued on first day. If you made assumption, if debentures issued on last day, new debentures, so here you will take 5 lakhs into 10%. Okay, because 2,50,000 पे इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं आएगा रे. 2,50,000 पे इंटरेस्ट नहीं आएगा तो debentures issued on last day. कब नहीं आएगा? If it is issued on last day. But what is the ICI assumption? It is issued on the first day. What is the ICI assumption? Debentures are issued on the first day. Therefore, your interest will be not on 5 lakhs. It will be on 7,50,000. Na, sir. So got this concept. Got this concept, sir. Yes. Okay. Second one. Goodwill. Sir, goodwill amortize. 205 minus 180. 25,000. 25,000. Sir, goodwill is also added back. So what is the reason? Sir, what is the reason? Goodwill written off. Goodwill written off, sir. Tell me, what is the reason, sir? Goodwill written off ka 25,000. Yes. And this is, sir, what? Operating profit before working capital changes. 40. It is 90 minus 50, na? 40 plus 75 plus 25, sir. 1,40,000. Goodwill. वन डे का इंटरेस्ट नहीं कैलकुलेट करने का बेटा मुक्ता. इतना चिंदी सोच नहीं रखने का बेटा. डोंट वरी. हमें 5 लाख रुपए ही लेना है ना बेटा. क्या इतना एक 250 का इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेंगे. एक दिन का इंटरेस्ट मत कैलकुलेट करो. हाँ, मुक्ता एकदम पक्की मारवाड़ी दिख रही है. 1-1 रुपए का हिसाब सर एक दिन का भी इंटरेस्ट लेगी मैं. यस. हाँ, गुडविल सर. गुडविल इज नॉन कैश सर. गुडविल का रीजन है नॉन कैश एंड दिस इज फाइनेंसिंग. इंटरेस्ट का रीजन है फाइनेंस का आइटम है. गुडविल का रीजन है नॉन कैश है. यस. सो एक्सट्रैक्ट में यू गॉट दिस कॉन्सेप्ट एंड फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी में प्रोसीड्स फॉर डिबेंचर्स 2,50,000 on very first day. On very first day. And interest paid. Now what is interest paid beta? 75,000 is interest. But out of that, unpaid interest is 5,000. So you paid only 70,000. So here, this is outflow. Otherwise, prepare interest account. Prepare interest account. Expenditure. Okay. So 2 cash and 2 payable. And this is a pro forma by P&L. So by P&L is 75,000. How? Because interest will be 7,50,000 into 10%. So this is 75,000 and 5,000 is still payable na sir. Therefore 2 cash. I always prefer to prepare account 70,000. And that's why this is financing item. Financing outflow. And in indirect method, you will add back this accrued. So sir, this is accrued. This is accrued and this is payment. So see the difference. While adding back 75,000, you can check the difference. What ICA wants from you. While adding back, while calculating net cash flow, you will add 75,000, but while considering it in the financing activity, that payment will be at 70,000. See the difference. Okay, so you once tell me what you understood from this interest account in the comment section. Yes, I just want to see your concept clarity. चलो कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी मुझे दे दीजिए, जो भी आपको समझा होगा आप मुझे बता दीजिए इन कमेंट सेक्शन. यस, व्हाट यू अंडरस्टूड, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्रूड एंड पेमेंट. चलो जल्दी से मुझे बता दीजिए ऑल ऑफ यू, एक्रूड वर्सेस पेमेंट. Try to attend it in the live only, so that I will rectify your answers. Please give it in the comment section, all of your queries, or whenever I'm telling you to write it in the comment section, please write it, Ray. It's only for your benefit. Whatever you understood now, you can tell me. चलो जल्दी से मुझे बताइए कमेंट सेक्शन के द्वारा क्या क्या आपको समझा है एक्रूड वर्सेस पेमेंट कॉन्सेप्ट में. Yes, what? Yes, beta, tell me. While calculating, चलो जल्दी से फटाफट बोलिए जो भी आपको समझा है इन कमेंट सेक्शन. यू हैव टू टेल मी फास्ट व्हाट एवर यू अंडरस्टूड. विकास भाई बोले छे understood accrued interest is 75,000, out of which 70,000 is paid. No beta, I don't want that understanding. I want in operating cash flow what you are going to consider. Interest accrued will be added in the operating activity, but interest paid will be deducted from financing activity. Very good, Isha Jaiswal. तनिष्का लिख रही है सर पेमेंट इज फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी ऑफ 70,000, 5,000 unpaid, while accrued is 75,000, which is added back to calculate operating profit. अरे मुझे क्या एक्सपेक्ट था, 75,000 we are eliminating. Why? Because see, what is my expectation? Yes, क्या लिखना था आपको? What is my expectation? If you consider profit and loss account, here you are going to write to interest. How much? 75,000. This is always accrued, and then you will get net profit. Okay? While calculating this net profit, you consider interest expenditure. But beta, this expenditure is non-operating because it's a financial in nature. So we want to eliminate. For elimination, sir, we will add 75,000. That is your understanding. What you have to write in comment section, that 75,000 is eliminated to calculate OP, operating profit before WCC. Okay, OPB, WCC. Operating profit before working capital changes. We want to eliminate. But while payment, we will consider 70,000. While consider 70,000 while payment, sir. So this is the concept clarity. Okay. So now you write it. Okay. What is my expectation? Everyone, you write it in the comment section. Okay. While elimination, we will add interest accrued. But while payment in financing, we will deduct 70,000, which is actual payment. So elimination round 75,000. Okay. Okay. Pooja PSG. Now you understood, beta, for elimination, we will add 75,000 because we are moving from net profit. And I don't want, what is my target from net profit? I want operating profit before working capital changes. So for this elimination, sir, for this elimination, we want interest has to be added. We want to eliminate that interest. We deducted it before. So now we will add it for calculation of OPBWC. OPBWCC. हाँ, नाउ प्रभास ने अच्छे से लिखा. ओके. अरे लिखो जल्दी. If you write it in comment section, then only you are going to retain it. अरे कुछ संत बाबा के सेशन सुन रहे हो क्या आप लोग? जल्दी लिखो. लिखने को क्यों बोल रहा हूं मैं? ताकि आपके दिमाग में रह जाए. यस, मैंने ये सेंटेंस लिखा था. राइट इट यार, फास्ट. एवरी वन ऑफ यू राइट इट. Just don't watch my sessions. Please participate. You are here for, otherwise I will take some only revision batch. Participate, yaar. Please participate. Everyone write it. Now everyone is writing. Shweta Jain, we add accrued interest while elimination. Very good. And we paid 70,000. Hey beta, 70,000, you have to write it in finance. Shweta ji, see this, that's why I'm telling you to write it. 75,000 we will add while calculating operating profit before working capital changes. This is called as OPBWCC. And Shweta ji, in financing activity, we consider payment, interest paid. These are two separate activities. हाँ, पूजा जी का अभी करेक्ट है. हाँ, वेरी गुड. श्वेता जी, यू आर रॉन्ग. हाँ, क्या कर रहे हो श्वेता जी? आपने रॉन्ग लिखा. हाँ, उमा आंसर इट क्लियरली. चलो, अभी समझ में आया सबको. ए, नंबर 3 इज वेरी इजी. नंबर 3 इज वेरी इजी. सी, ओपनिंग बैलेंस 1 lakh, क्लोजिंग बैलेंस 1,04,000. मुक्ता जी को पूरा क्लियर है लॉजिक. From your comments only, I can tell you whether your logics are clear or not. Yes, that's why I'm telling you to write it in comment section. Chalo, Ilu 3 yaar. A C category question. It's very simple. Cash purchase. What is cash purchase? Cash purchase is nothing but you are deducting your purchases. So operating activity में से minus होगा. Trade payable is deduction. So cash purchases deduct, trade payable deduct. Okay. Then you have office and selling expenses, beta, deduct it. Income tax, separate head, so deduct it. Investment you purchase, no beta, it is investing activity. Repayment of loan, financing. Interest on loan, financing. So they ask you about only operating activity. So I will consider only up to income tax, separate head. Yes, direct method. Cash sales, inflow, operating, trade receivable, operating, sales commission, trade commission, operating, and all these three are investing. Sale of investment, loan from bank. Oh, sorry, loan from bank is a financing. IFI, interest and dividend received is investing. So it's very simple. Take on calci. Yes, yes, yes. All your inflows. 140 plus 175 plus 50 minus 120 minus 157 minus 75 minus 30. Negative 17 I am getting. Yes. Negative 17. Opening and closing balance is of no use. C category question. Don't expect such question in exam. Illustration 3, very easy question. Yes, very easy question. Illustration number 3. And now you only tell me about illustration number 4. Chalo, illustration 4 bol dijiye fatafat. It's again very easy question. Whenever cash book is given in question, you have only one method, that is direct method. Okay, over. Illustration number 4. It's very easy illustration. Just you have to divide it in 3 activities. 3 activities beta. Tell me which one. This is opening balance 35 and closing balance. So what is the difference? 35 212 minus 35. So 177. So 177 will be D, E and F. Yes, A is for operating activity, B is for investing activity, C is for financing activity. Receipt from customer, operating. Issue of shares, you will write inflow in financing. So all these are inflows. And sale of investment in investing activity. Payment to supplier, you will write it in operating. Payment for property, plant and investment activity, outflow. Payment of overhead, operating activity, wages and salary, operating. Taxation, separated, operating. Dividend, financing, and repayment of loan is financing. So now, yes, we will do it on calci only. Inflows, we will add it. So O. So O is 2783. 2783 plus, no, not plus, then minus 2047, then minus 115, then minus 69, and then minus 243. 309. Yes, 309 we are going to consider for operating. Investing is 128 and 230 outflow. 128 minus 230. 102 outflow. Yes, negative 102. And what about financing? 300 inflow 300 and outflow 80 minus 250. Minus 80 minus 250 minus 30. Yes. So this is negative minus 30 and you take a total 309 minus 102 minus 30. We are getting 177. Yes. Got it or not? Tell me fast. Easy છે या નથી? Very easy. Very easy, beta. Yes, beta. बहुत ही easy था. Should I take one more question before break? चलो बिफोर ब्रेक एक क्वेश्चन और ले लेते हैं. अरे ऐसे क्वेश्चन पे तो हम लोग सिक्सर मारेंगे सर. इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 5. सॉरी इलू 6 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यस. शुड आई राइट प्रोफॉर्मा in Silas 6 or you want proforma to write it in ILU 4-5 only? Yes, tell me it in the comment section. Or now if you understood it, you can write it by your own way. Na? It's very simple, yaar. Yes, can you tell me? मैं प्रोफॉर्मा लिखूं? मुक्ता बोल रही है एकदम इजी छे. कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर क्लियर, वेरी इजी, अदरवाइज डिफिकल्ट. सोमेश इज सेइंग वेरी इजी. साक्षी. यस बेटा. ओपनिंग और क्लोजिंग मैच करना चाहिए. यस बेटा. 35 एंड 212. सपोज इन एग्जाम कुछ नहीं आया तो ये लिख ही देने का. यस. ऊपर का टोटल भले मैच नहीं हुआ एग्जाम में, फिर भी नीचे का टोटल मैच कर लेने का. 35 212. In exam, at least do these things. D, E, F, you will get 1 mark for that. D, E, F, only for writing the pro forma. Okay. But I know my students are going to tally it. No problem for me. Yes, they are going to tally it. Now see beta, these questions in illustration number 5, I really don't like such questions. Why? I like questions in which logic are there. That is balance sheet and profit and loss account if given in the question. This type of question ना ये ठीक है, चलो, no problem. We will solve this. Now first thing, sir, which method, sir? Direct or indirect? By looking into answer, by looking into question is very difficult. Sir, direct method or indirect method? Can you tell me? Okay, all are saying sir हम लोग लिख लेंगे. 3, 4, 5, you do by your own. 6 number, yes, Sanket sir will give you 1 hour for ILU 6. That is after break, but before break, we are going to solve this illustration number 5. We have still 2 more days. Concept clarity की तो मैं 100% कुछ भी होने दो. आप ऐसे ऐसे सिक्सर मारोगे that I will take care for cash flow statement. कोई भी क्वेश्चन आने दो. सर हम लोग डरेंगे नहीं. 4 सेशन मिल गए भाई. Thank you ICI for this. Okay. Sir, those students who are telling me this is indirect method, पूरा गुगली आ चुका है. No sir, this is not indirect method. This is direct method. Sir, how you are understanding? This is direct or indirect? Sir, wages paid is given. Office expenses paid is given. Okay, so paid means it is direct method. And that's why I'm telling you, only by information is very difficult whether this is direct method or indirect method. So how I got to know that direct or indirect? See, very concepts here, they are directly paid, and directly paid means this is direct method. See, company sold goods for cash only. Company sold goods for cash only. Okay. Gross profit ratio. Now, what is the formula? GP upon sales is equal to 30%. And GP is given in the question 380 to 500. You can write over there. Therefore, sales 30%. And you can calculate now sales. Sales is equal to 380 to 500 divide by 30%. ये 30% इधर आ जाएगा, sales इधर चला जाएगा. So divide by 30% means 12,75,000, and wholesale total sales is in cash 12,75,000. Okay, sir, cash sales 12,75,000, sir, total cash sales. Opening inventory is less than closing inventory. Sir, when it is important, if it is an indirect method. Okay, opening inventory, yes, indirect method IMP. Here to confuse us. Here to confuse us. Here to confuse us. 12,75,000 is a cash sales inflow, operating activity. Yeah? Operating activity. Wages paid, operating activity, outflow. Operating. Office expenses, operating outflow. Dividend paid, financing outflow. Bank loan including interest. Okay, including interest, I know. So this is, I will consider financing outflow. 2,15,000. Trade payable exceeds balance. This is important in case of indirect method. Indirect method. Difference I will consider. Here to confuse us. No need. Here to confuse us. There is no need. Trade payable. So to confuse us, opening stock and trade payable. Amount paid to trade creditors, outflow, operating activity. Tax paid 65,000, separate head, operating activity. Provision for taxation to confuse us. Provision for taxation to confuse us. Investment sold 7 lakhs at a profit of 20,000. Selling price is equal to 7,20,000. So I will consider selling price. Investing activity inflow. ICA inflow. Depreciation to confuse us. Depreciation to confuse us. When it is important in indirect method. Indirect method में IMP. We will add it back. Otherwise, no need. Plant and machinery outflow. Investing activity. Cash and cash equivalent. EF. So what is D? D is equal to 4,07,500. Sir, what is the meaning of 0.8? Beta, increase in current liability. In which method is important? Current liability increased by, decreased by 25,000 is important in indirect method. So मुक्ता जी indirect method होता ना तो ये इंपॉर्टेंट था. हम लोग तो डायरेक्ट के पुजारी अभी ये क्वेश्चन के. सो डायरेक्ट मेथड में ये कोई मायने नहीं रखेगा. सो आपको ये टू कंफ्यूज अस है. इंपॉर्टेंट इन इनडायरेक्ट मेथड. प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन. बेटा ये इलस्ट्रेशन मुझे अच्छा क्यों नहीं लगा? क्योंकि इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें लॉजिकल कुछ नहीं है. इसमें सिर्फ लिखते जाओ बस. जब बैलेंस शीट और पी&एल दिया जाता है ना तो थोड़ा लॉजिक लगता है ये कैसे आया. ओके, ये तो पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन दिया हुआ है, हमें सिर्फ नोट डाउन करना है. सो ये क्वेश्चन मुझे क्यों नहीं अच्छे लगते, ये रीजन है. तो वो भी शर्मा जी पूछ रहे थे, सर क्यों नहीं आपको अच्छा लगा. अंशु पूछ रही थी सर प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन कब मायने रखते थे. बेटा प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन इनडायरेक्ट मेथड में मायने रखते थे. डायरेक्ट मेथड में सिर्फ पेड दिया है ना, पेड दिया है तो आप सिर्फ यस आम खाओ ना बेटा, कहां से आया क्यों सोच रहे हो? इनकम टैक्स पेड इतना देखो। प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन कब इंपॉर्टेंट रहता था? जब हमने इनकम टैक्स अकाउंट इलस्ट्रेशन 6 के लिए रुकना है। आई विल टेल यू इट इन इलस्ट्रेशन 6, तो डोंट वरी। सो अभी इतना ही समझ लो, प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन इज टू कंफ्यूज अस। सर हमारी कॉन्सेप्ट कब बढ़ेगी? सर सेम इलस्ट्रेशन 2-3 बार सॉल्व करो। सॉल्व सेम इलस्ट्रेशन फॉर मोर देन 2 to 3 टाइम्स, यू विल गेट एवरीथिंग। डोंट वरी, इट विल टेक सम टाइम. So what is to confuse us and what is not to confuse us? So that will take some time. By looking into question, you have to focus that it is only direct method we are going to follow here. No indirect method. Yes. चलो, so ले लीजिए कैलसी पे। फर्स्ट वन इज ऑपरेटिंग 12,75,000. Take on calci. Opening inventory is not there. Operating outflow. So 490 to 500 we are going to deduct. Then office and selling expenses 75,000 we are going to deduct. Dividend हो गया. Bank loan is investing. Trade payable हो गया. Trade payable paid during the year. So 4,60,000. This is point number 9. We will deduct this. And income tax we are going to deduct this minus 65,000. I am getting 180 to 500. Oh, same answer, 180 to 500. Yes. Now what about investing? So first over, second over, third over, fourth, fifth completed, 8 completed, 9 completed, 10 completed. Now what about, and 12 का यूज ही नहीं है. हाँ, investing activity I is only one item beta, 7,20,000, only one item. Oh no, and outflow 2,50,000. So two items out there, 11 and 13. So I के कौन से items है? I is 11 and 13. 11 and 13. And what about financing, dividend paid and bank loan paid? 30,000 and 2,15,000. 30,000 and 2,15,000, 245. Two items of investing and two items of financing. Yes, easy. You want to take a screenshot of any point? Easy che? 5 number easy. Yes beta, after break, very important question we are going to solve. So friends, I need 100% focus after break. So take a break, and after break, yes, we are going to solve important questions. So I want everyone in the live one. Yes, don't sit in the recorded and give maximum comments for illustration number 6. So we are going to take a break of 10 minutes, and after break we are going to solve it. Chalo, 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 chalo. Yes, thank you. राम भाई ब्रेक ले लो. Illustration number 6. Most important illustration. Friends, now please focus for next 45 minutes. Because this question is really very tricky and conceptual clarity question. You have to give me answers. Yes, Muktaji, very good. So now everyone, focus for illustration number 6. It will clear all your concepts related to cash flow statement. So first here, I will write on the left side direct method and in right side indirect method. First we are going to solve this question by indirect method. We are unlimited. You can write it with me on study material. We Unlimited provides you the following information. Sales in indirect method. First, I will start with indirect method because this is a popular one. Ignore. Why ignore? Because this is operating item. Operating item. We want this item in net profit. So what is our target of indirect method? Yes, you can write over there. From net profit, we are going to calculate operating accrued profit first. Operating profit, accrued profit is cash flow language. It is operating profit before working capital changes. OPBWCC. OPBWCC. So from this information, how we are going to calculate? Eliminate non-cash and non-operating items. So you can write these things. It will help you at the time of revision. So please on question itself, mention all these things. Net profit, you are going to eliminate non-cash and non-operating items. Why? To calculate operating profit, and this profit is operating accrued profit. This profit is operating accrued profit. Yes, sir. Over. Now I am giving you 1 minute exactly. So, which items you are going to ignore, or by pencil you can write on the question. I am giving you exactly 1 minute till income tax. Till income tax. Now this is called as profit before tax. This is less tax and this is profit after tax. Yes. My students are aware about these concepts. So which is going to add back and which is going to ignore, that you can write it. I'm giving you 1 minute. By pencil you can write this like how I started in sales. Ignore. Similarly you do for COGS, operating expenses. Just write it. So COGS, ignore. This is O. 147,37,000 is depreciation. 1,10,000 is expenses. This is O. This is non-cash. So add back. Non-cash, so add back. So first item depreciation, add back. Ignore 1,10,000 with reason. Tell me over. After writing this, see beta, interest expense paid is given. Here it is paid. But if it is a P&L statement, if it is P&L statement, it is always accrued. And here accrued is equal to paid. Accrued in P&L statement is never paid. ICA is given it. ICA is given interest expense paid. पर भावनाओं को समझ लो. Here whatever accrued is equal to paid, that ICA wants to tell you. But in P&L statement, it is only interest expense. But ICA has given you hint that accrued, and that is only the paid. So accrued we are going to add it. Accrued we are going to add it, and paid we are going to deduct from which activity? From financing activity, from FA, and add it in net profit. Add it in net profit or retained earnings. Add. So add it in retained earnings, RE, because I'm a follower of retained earnings. You can start with PBT, you can start with PAT, but normally I follow to start with retained earnings. That is more logical also. So you can start with PBT, you can start with PAT, you can start with retained earnings, not an issue. But here, what I want to tell you, that in P&L statement, when interest expenses is there, it is accrued during the year. Now out of that, 23,000 is accrued. If you paid only 17,000, so 5,000 still, 6,000 is still payable. So we consider only paid. Similar to that debentures interest question. Debentures interest question, 5,000 is not yet paid. So 70,000 is only paid, but 75,000 is accrued. So see the difference between accrued and paid. So please tell me it in the comment section, which is a correct word, in P&L statement. Tell me it in the comment section. Just want to check your clarity. So paid is a correct word or accrued is a correct word? Yes. Tell me it in the comment section. Beta, though you are getting the answer is not important for me. To have 100% concept clarity is important for me. Yes. Very good. Himanshu Gupta immediately answered. Immediately answered. Yes, other students are also answering. So waiting for their answer. अरे यार विद्या जी answer paid. Vidya ji, paid is related to, see beta Vidya ji, if I open interest account, here it is to cash. Please focus on this concept. And to payable. And it is by P&L. Now please focus on that question, 75,000. This is called as accrued. Accrued, we are going to add in net profit. Why we are going to add it in net profit? Because reason is very simple. I want operating profit before working capital changes. And this 75,000 is item of financing nature. So that's why I want to eliminate that item. That's 75,000. So that 75,000 I will add it. But while deducting from financing activity, I will consider only 70,000 because cash flow statement focuses on cash expenditure. So 70,000 I will focus on financing activity, and I'm not bother about this 5,000 because I'm preparing cash flow statement. Vidyaji, reason is very simple. But now in this question, by P&L, This is accrued. This is also 23,000. So focus on your ledger account. Cash flow statement focuses on to cash. And here, this is actually accrued. And this is actually paid. But ICI has given you the hint. Accrued is equal to paid. Actually, in P&L statement, it is accrued. But ICI has given you clear-cut idea that accrued is equal to paid. So, 23,000, I'm going to add it while calculating operating profit before working capital changes. That is accrued one. When I'm adding it in net profit, that is accrued one. And when I'm deducting from financing activity, that is paid one. I just want to tell you, मुझे इतना डिटेल में क्यों लेके जाना है, मुझे आपका एक्रूअल कॉन्सेप्ट और कैश कॉन्सेप्ट दिमाग में ऐसा डाल देना है कि एक्रूड एंड पेड ये दो अलग अलग है। एक्रूड ये हम लोग इनडायरेक्ट मेथड से जब जाते तब यूजफुल है, डायरेक्ट मेथड में तो सवाल ही नहीं आता ना। डायरेक्ट मेथड में तो हम लोग देखते ही नहीं इसको, इंटरेस्ट पेड डायरेक्टली फाइनेंसिंग में डाल दो, डायरेक्ट में इग्नोर करेगा रे में। पर इनडायरेक्ट में मुझे नेट प्रॉफिट से शुरुआत करनी, नीचे से इसे ऊपर ऊपर जाना है। जब मैं नेट प्रॉफिट से ऊपर ऊपर जाएगा तो मुझे एलिमिनेट करते जाना है। क्यों एलिमिनेट करना है? मुझे सिर्फ ये ओ में इंटरेस्ट है ऑपरेटिंग वाले में, पर मैं ओ में जाते टाइम मैं नीचे से ऊपर जा रहा हूं, रिवर्स टेक्निक, तो मैं एलिमिनेट करते जा रहा हूं। बस यही कॉन्सेप्ट है, बहुत बार एक्सप्लेन किया, ऑलमोस्ट 100 टाइम्स, ऑलमोस्ट 100 टाइम्स I explain you the logic. Still Rashmin Kumar is asking me, sir, why you use the word accrued? Beta, P&L is always accrued. Remember that. Chalo. Focus on this interest account, Vidya ji. Now it is clear to you. Yes, विद्या जी, accrued में मैं add back करेगा, interest is already deducted, so that's why now I want to eliminate it, so I will add back. Now you only give me a treatment of interest income received. Interest income received. Now you only give me the treatment, whether this is received or whether this is accrued in P&L statement. Now you think on this. Income statement received. Beta, cash flow statement, such a topic will develop your confidence about accounts, will develop your logics, and you will love accounts due to this topic once you got the logic. It's very clear chapter. ICI has given you hint also. And I don't know how many faculties are telling all these things in detail. I really don't know. But when I studied my intermediate, when I studied my CA final, I always focus on this concept. My faculty, he told me only to add and only to less. But for me, I developed my confidence by taking into account accrual versus cash concept. I am always keen to know the concept clarity. I always learn in the same understanding way. I develop my own way techniques. And I just want to spread all these techniques to my friends, my students, because literally you do not have time, exam pressure. So I just want to give a concept clarity. Otherwise, I have a very simple technique. Just give add less technique and khatam karo portion and finish your syllabus. but I'm not a faculty which will tell you about this concept of only add and less. It's very easy for me. I just want to tell you the concept of accrual versus cash when you utilize these concepts in your real life. ऐसा समझ के आना चाहिए कि ये संकेत सर के स्टूडेंट्स है, they are different from other students. Very good. Very good. So now here, accrued is equal to received. Accrued is equal to received in this question also. So I will less it because I don't want this. I want to eliminate. What is the reason? Because it is investing activity. And this is inflow of investing activity. This is inflow of investing activity. Okay. So if I prepare my interest income account, it is only for your concept clarity. I know it is lengthy way. Should I give you shortcuts directly or you want logical concept for each and every account? Yes, tell me. To P&L. You will get this and buy cash. P&L, I'm getting the answer 6,000. From P&L to P&L, but at the same time buy cash is 6,000. While calculating from net profit to operating profit before working capital changes, I want to eliminate this 6,000. And previously I added it in calculation of net profit. So now I will deduct this. This is the reason of P&L. And I will consider this in investing activity, but only which is received. But here accrued is equal to received. Therefore, I will consider 6,000. Okay. So this is how your interest income. I just want to show you this visualization that P&L you are going to eliminate and by cash you are going to write it in investing activity. Easy hai. For each and every item you have to understand in the same way. Accrued and received. Very good, beta. Very good. Everyone is saying, sir, logical one. So now you are clear, yes, with the accrual versus received concept. Now focus on gain on sale of investment. Now this gain on sale of invested is increase your net profit. Correct? Hai? Net profit you increase by 12,000. But beta gain on sale of investment is investing nature item. An investing nature item, I want to move from net profit to OPB WCC, operating profit before working capital changes, that is operating accrued profit. So I just want to eliminate this, and this gain increase my net profit. So only one effect, I will deduct it from net profit, and second effect has to be given. Second effect, I will open investment account. And in that, I will write 2 P&L. So 2 effects, net profit minus an investment account, 2 P&L, I am going to write it. See the logic of investment account. See the logic of investment account. Investment account, if I open, debit plus, credit minus. Focus. To balance brought down by balance carried down. Okay. From opening balance sheet, I will get this figure. From closing balance sheet, I will get this figure. See, investment is always at book value. Investment is always at book value. See the logic of investment account. If I sold investment, this is at selling price. Now selling price is more than book value. Therefore, I want to deduct this profit on sale or gain on sale, I will write it here, gain on sale, to get buy cash as a balancing figure. My friends, why I have to write P&L account in investment account? Logic is very simple. Because investment is recorded at book value, this opening balance value, closing balance sheet are showing at book value, but when you sell this asset, you are recording at selling price, and this selling price you will write it in investing activity. This selling price you will write it in the investing activity, but you want to eliminate that profit, and for profit elimination I have to record to P&L, otherwise I won't get selling price. This is a logic, and this is an investing activity. That's why I want to eliminate it, and for elimination I will write P&L, and to get the cash selling price I will write open investment account. So two effects. How many effects are there? Two effects. Net profit minus. Why? Because I want OPB sorry, operating profit before WCC. OPB, WCC, and second one, I want to know investment selling price. So open investment account, and in that you write to P&L. So this is the second logic. Got the concept? Now what about loss on sale of plant? How many effects you are going to give? How many effects? Yes, how many effects? Loss on sale of plant. Beta, today's session, I already told you, very, very important one. Yes, loss on sale of plant. Loss on sale of plant. Visualize. How many effects you are going to give? How many effects? મજા આવે છે? Easy છે? Loss on sale of plant. How many effects? See, P&L we are giving. P&L we are giving two effects. Indirect method, two effects for P&L. For P&L. Now loss reduced your net profit, and this is item which is related to operating profit before working capital changes. Find out करने के लिए we have to eliminate this loss on sale of plant because this is investing item. And second one, plant account credit side, plant account credit side. So open plant account and credit side right over there, two effects. Yes, friends, in net profit we are going to add it. Beta, please focus, please, it's my request, please focus. Now tell me, what about income tax? Income tax, whether this is accrued or whether this is paid. You can see here, income tax payable account is open. See, income tax payable is there. So this is accrued, which is not equal to paid. And we focus on accrued. Paid is not important for us. Paid is not important for us. We will focus on accrued. So again, two effects. Net profit, add it. Net profit, add it. And account, credit side by P&L. Account में credit side, income tax account you are going to open. Income tax account you are going to open. In that you will write by P&L. Mukta, your concept will be clear after solving this question. Don't worry. So just note down all these things. Where to show it? Two effects. Where to show two effects, that you please note down all these things. सेकंड इफेक्ट अकाउंट में जाएगा, अकाउंट में. प्रीति पांचाल, सेकंड इफेक्ट इज इन अकाउंट. Income tax account, plant account, we will write. Investment account we are going to open. So which account we have to mandatorily open? Investment. Then we have to open plant. If plant is open, AD is also open, so give star marks. Then income tax account is also open. Yes. Purchase investment, sold investment, already open account. Purchase plant, already open account. Sold plant, already open account. Issued bonds against plant. So bonds account has to be open. Bonds account has to be open. Repaid bonds, already open. Issue shares, shares account has to be open. Issue shares, open shares account. Paid cash dividend. Now see. We have PAT. We have PAT. And see resource and surplus. Resource and surplus. This is last year. Write down last year. This is current year. See, your resource are increased by 8,000. Your resource are increased by 8,000 and your PAT is 16,000. So your PAT 16,000 less dividend accrued, beta, accrued. Dividend P&L means accrued. So you will get retained earnings. Retained earnings is 8,000. How we are getting retained earnings? How we are getting retained earnings? From 132. From 132, it moves to 140. From 132, it moves to 140. $140 minus 132, 8,000. It means during the year, dividend accrued is 8,000. So you can deduct it from here, 8,000 dividend accrued, and retained earnings, because I always start with retained earnings, is 8,000. This is a concept clarity. So though your PAT is 16,000, but dividend accrued is 8,000 and you left with 8,000 retained earnings. And that retained earnings is added. So dividend accrued is 8,000. Yes, very good beta. Matanjali, very good. So you can write over there, 8,000 is retained earnings. Sir, पहला बार क्वेश्चन है तो डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा ना. You are doing it for the first time. So might be you feel this very difficult one, but why? Yes. If I tell you directly addless technique, it is very easy for me, but I just don't want to tell you unnecessary, without concept clarity, any adjustment. So please understand. Please understand. I told you each and everything why we are doing this, not only how we are doing this. Why? You must ask to yourself why. So already two effects. You can see sales ignore, COGS ignore. Depreciation, one effect, non-cash add it. Second effect in account, accumulated depreciation account by depre. Interest expenses, one effect add. Second effect, financing activity deduct. Interest income less and received investing activity. Gain on sale of investment, net profit less and investment account credit side, debit side. Loss on sale of investment, net profit add and plant account credit side by loss. Income tax, net profit add and income tax account we have to open as it is not equal to paid. And last one is dividend accrued. Dividend accrued here is 8,000. Remember. Everyone got this concept till now? Yes. Why ignore COGS, Matanjali ji? COGS is day-to-day activity, cost of goods sold, operating activity. So we don't want to eliminate that. Okay. So this is not the direct method. This is indirect method. This is indirect method. So don't eliminate that. Okay. Direct method we'll do on in Thursday. Direct method immediately we'll do on the Thursday. Indirect method today we are going to see it. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Till now everyone is clear with the concept. Direct method. Yes. Beta, indirect method, we are interested only in balance sheet. So when we are interested in balance sheet, Pooja ji, for P&L account. So for P&L, two effects. For P&L, so this is solving technique, beta. For P&L, two effects, and for balance sheet, it is only one effect. In balance sheet, it is only one effect. You can write this. For indirect method, two effects for P&L and one effect for balance sheet. Plant account we open, AD account we open, investment open. Inventory, indirect method, inventory 110 का 144 हुआ. So working capital changes. These are working capital changes. Indirect method beta, working capital changes. So take on calci 144 minus 110. You will consider 34,000. 34,000 as stock. Current asset increases, current asset decrease, current liability current asset increase, current liability decrease, outflow. And if current asset decrease, current liability increase, inflow. So this is outflow. Trade receivable 55 ka 47, 12,000 inflow, current asset decrease. Prepaid expense from 5,000 it moves to 1,000, so 4,000 increase. Inflow. So decrease in current asset means inflow. 4,000 inflow. You can check here. Share capital we will open account. Reserves and surplus we will consider 8,000 retained earnings. Bonds we will open account. From 43 to 50, 7,000. Current liability increase, inflow. And now 43 to 50, 7,000 increase. And outstanding expenses 3,000 increase. 7,000 increase, 3,000 increase. Income tax payable, we will open account. Okay? So now let's start with solving part. चलो अभी सॉल्व करना शुरू करेंगे. Now it's action time over. चलो. Let's start. Serial number, particulars, rupees. Serial number, particulars, rupees. चलो लिखो. I will write with you. 34,000 नेगेटिव कहां लिखा मैंने? बेटा यू ओनली टेल मी. मुक्ता, मुझे ना कभी कभी मुक्ता तू इतने अच्छे से आंसर्स देती है और कभी कभी इतना मुझे वाहियात क्वेश्चन पूछ लेती है ना, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. मतलब आपको समझता है या नहीं समझता है? इतना हाई लेवल के क्वेश्चन पूछेगी, बीच में एकदम ऐसे कुछ तो अलग ही क्वेश्चन पूछेगी. नाउ इन्वेंटरी 110 टू 144 हुआ. करंट एसेट इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज. करंट एसेट इंक्रीज. करंट एसेट इंक्रीज हुआ तो क्या होगा? आउटफ्लो होगा क्या इनफ्लो होगा? मुक्ता क्यों क्वेश्चन पूछते हो ऐसे बीच में? मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. इतना अच्छे से करती रहती है, बीच में से हैंग हो जाती है बेटा तू. यस, राइट डाउन. रैन लिमिटेड नॉर्मल पे ना बेटा, रैन लिमिटेड कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट for the year ending. Please now write with me for year ending 31st March 2001, indirect method. Write it with me. Okay. For trade receivable 8,000 क्या? Sorry. For trade receivable it is 8,000. Yes, my mistake, 8,000. No beta, accounts are working notes. It's like single entry questions. Accounts are working notes. Write down serial number, particulars, rupees. Now I am telling you how to write it. Serial number, particulars, rupees. Yes. Serial number, particulars, rupees. A. Cash flow from operating activities. Cash flow from operating activities. Retained earnings. So my starting point is retained earnings. ICI starting point is PAT or PBT. Why my starting point is PBT, not PBT? Because one effect. I will tell you why. Yes, I started with retained earnings. I will tell you later. Then write down adjustments. After 8 lines. Write down minimum 8 lines. It is called as operating profit before working capital changes. Operating profit before working capital changes. Operating profit before working capital changes. Then write adjustments in working capital, or only adjustments you can write. After 6 lines, you can write cash generated from operations. Less income tax paid. And then you will get net cash flow from operating activities. This is the last one. A completed. Cash flow from operating activities, retained earnings, adjustments, 6 to 7 lines, operating profit before working capital changes, then again adjustments for working capital, cash generated from operations, less income tax paid, and net cash flow from operating activities. I'm very slow for first question. Huh? B. Cash flow from investing activity. Cash flow from investing activities. Skip 7 lines. Skip 7 lines. Cash flow from C. Cash flow from financing activities. Cash flow from financing activities. Skip 6 lines. After 6 lines, D. Net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent. E. Cash and cash equivalent at the beginning. After one line, beta, D, E, F, cash and cash equivalent after one line at the end. At the end. I will tell you the benefit of adjusted P&L afterwards. So just don't open this account now. Otherwise, just open this half page. But we won't write anything in this now. We will write it at the end. I will tell you the benefit of this account. So working note 1, adjusted P&L. And what is the logic? To know operating accrued profit. That is operating profit before working capital changes. Accounts, I like accounts, T format instead of addless. So that's why we open this account. Instead of addless, we open this account of half page. Particulars rupees, particulars rupees. Don't write it in every account. Particulars rupees, particular rupees. Write it only for first account. And every page for first account. Second account, open line by line. In question, you can see plant account. Plant account open for 7 lines. 7 lines, plant account. After that, accumulated depreciation account. 5 lines. 5 lines for accumulated depreciation account, open for 5 lines, skip 5 lines. Very good, Neha Verma ji. After that, beta, investment account. Investment account, 6 lines. Minimum 6 lines. You can leave 1 extra line. After that, you have share capital. Share capital, 5 lines. Prepare it for 5 lines. Sixth one is bonds. 5 lines, bonds. 7 income tax account, nominal account. Income tax is a nominal account. You can write nominal. 5 lines. And last one, dividend nominal account. Just open it, dividend account. It will help you out. Dividend account. 4 lines. Only 4 lines. Draw properly all 8 accounts. All 8 accounts draw properly. And tell me over after drawn the format. After drawing, tell me over. Basic problem. Very, very important one. Important from logical point of view. What we are going to add, what we are going to not consider. Yes. Waiting for your patience. I know solving this question will take time. बेटा सबका होने दो, ड्रॉ करो अच्छे से. खुशियां बेटा अच्छे से ड्रॉ कर बेटा, ऊपर ऊपर ड्रॉ मत करो. टी फॉर्मेट प्रॉपरली ड्रॉ कीजिए. Poonam is saying over, sir. Aniket is saying over. Today you have to solve this question minimum 3 times. Minimum, I am telling you. Please have command only on one question instead of solving 3 different questions. एक बार लॉजिक समझ में आया. One of my students, she solved it. I asked some question, she didn't answer. I punished her to solve it for 11 times, and she solved it, and she got 80 plus marks in accounts. And she told me, sir, your punishment, yes, survived me, and she scored 80 plus marks in accounts. Only one silly mistake, and I punished her for 11 times. And I am giving you target only for 3 times, beta. Only 3 times. Okay? Chalo. Over. Everyone over, beta. Okay. Beta, no shortcuts, Prabhas Jain. Please, there are no shortcuts for your success. So working notes have to be prepared. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. It won't take time. You can finish it within 30 minutes. If you go by my technique, once you got this technique, yes, 30 minutes are required. Chalo. So start from first. First, we will focus on balance sheet and then P&L. 2 effects. Okay. So focus on balance sheet. Plant account. Chalo. Plant account we open. 2 balance brought down. 2 balance brought down. 5,05,000 and 7,15,000. 5,05,000. And last line, buy balance carried down. Yes, beta, Mukta, very good. Buy balance carried down. 7,15,000. Second one, AD credit balance. Buy balance brought down. Credit plus डेबिट माइनस. प्लांट डेबिट से शुरू किया, डेबिट प्लस क्रेडिट माइनस. Buy balance brought down 68,000 and to balance carried down 1,03,000. Investment 127 and 115. Investment debit plus asset, credit minus. To balance brought down 1,27,000 and buy balance carried down 1,15,000. Line by line. Inventory, increase in inventory in cash flow statement line by line. Increase in inventory, adjustment in working capital, where you are going to write it, adjustment in working capital, increase in inventory 34,000, negative 34,000. Trade receivable decrease. So decrease in trade receivable 8,000 positive. Cash 15,000 and 46,000. D, E, F. E 15,000 and F 46,000. Total 31,000. Total 31,000. Prepaid expenses, decrease in prepaid expense. Decrease in prepaid expense. All questions will be taken at the end, please. Decrease in prepaid expense 4,000. Over. Asset side over. Share capital. We opened account 315 and 465. 315 and 465. Share capital. Credit plus, debit minus. Liability side, credit plus. Buy balance brought down 3,15,000. 4,65,000 to balance carried down. Next one is retained earnings, reserves and surplus. Retained earnings, we will write here. We started with retained earnings 140 minus 142. Retained earnings 8,000. Retained earnings 8,000. Bonds 245 and 295. 245 and 295. Buy balance brought down, credit plus. $245 and to balance carried down $295. Trade payable. Trade payable. Increase in trade payable 7,000. In working capital adjustment, increase in trade payable, $7,000. Increase in trade payable. After that, increase in outstanding liability. Increase in outstanding liability, 3,000. And income tax account is open and it's a nominal account, so no opening balance. So income tax pro forma by payable, it's an expenditure, and to payable. By payable to payable, 5,000 and 3,000. 5,000 and 3,000. Balance sheet posting over. Balance sheet posting over. Now P&L posting. P&L two effects. Sales ignore. COGS ignore. Operating expenses depreciation. Depreciation 37,000. Now see, yes, if I write here adjusted P&L and you can write over here 132 and last line 2 balance carried down 140. It is very easy for us to write debit and credit. So we started 140, 132 retained earnings. Adjusted P&L means reserves and surplus balance. Reserves and surplus closing balance. See, if I write over here to depreciation on the debit side, 37,000 in P&L के debit में, adjusted P&L debit, and second effect accumulated depreciation credit. By depreciation, it will be very easy for me to do posting and there is no chance of error. One debit, one credit. But if I do addless technique, now this has to be added. Depreciation. Depreciation, this 37,000, we are adding it. In adjustment, depreciation, you can finish it with me only. So it will be easy. Addless, not easy. Debit, credit, easy. One debit, one credit. You can easily write this. You can easily write this. To depreciation. Yes, and by depreciation in AD account. But addless you may get the wrong answer. Means addless में थोड़ा difficult हो जाता है. So debit credit is very easy for you. Okay. So we'll give both effects, debit credit. And then that depreciation, if you are not prepared adjusted P&L, it's okay. This is optional. So this is optional, but it will help you for debit and credit. See the difference. Operating expense over. Interest expense paid. Now interest expense, debit to interest expense. Now this is accrued. Now this is accrued. How much? 23,000. 23,000. And where to give second effect? Second effect, financing activity. Interest paid. Negative 23,000. Interest paid, negative 23,000. Interest received, one credit. By interest income. By interest income accrued. By interest income accrued 6,000. And second effect, investing activity inflow interest received 6,000. One debit, one credit. Okay, so by cash means cash comes in, accrued, and this is received. Suppose if you want to give this in adjustment, interest expenses accrued, we are going to add back. Add less technique. Add. And interest received accrued, interest income accrued. I'm writing accrued deliberately. So it will clear your concept of accrued and received. So when adjustments, yes, now you only tell me debit credit is easy or add less is easy. All debit side will be added here and all credit side will be deducted of adjusted P&L. Yes, one debit, one credit is easy or add less is easy. Adjusted P&L will help you out, and at the end you can write all debit items added and all credit items deducted to get operating profit before working capital changes. Easy che? So debit side will be added, depreciation, interest expense. Credit side will be deducted. So instead of preparing add less, I have prepared adjusted P&L. Next one. 12,000. Gain on sale of investment. Gain on sale of investment on the credit side. By gain on sale of investment, by gain on sale of investment 12,000. And second effect, investment के डेबिट में second line to P&L gain 12,000. One credit, one debit. And as this is a credit item, we will deduct it from adjustment, less gain on sale of investment. $12,000. Now 3,000. 3,000. You can add here loss on sale of plant. You can add it. 3,000. And where to give effect? Debit credit में to loss on sale of plant 3,000. And second effect, plant asset by P&L second line loss 3,000 over one debit, one credit. Adjusted P&L debit, plant credit by loss on sale. Loss on the credit side of plant and debit side of P&L. Already covered in incomplete records. Income tax. Income tax account by P&L. This is accrued. This is accrued by P&L 7,000. And adjusted P&L debit side to income tax 7,000. And this is accrued one. And where to give second effect, beta? Second effect here, add income tax 7,000 and this is accrued. Paid will be separate. Adjustment is always for accrued. Second one. Now dividend. Last will be dividend. Last will be dividend. So dividend by P&L. This is accrued, which is getting from the P&L only. And 2 dividend 8,000. Here we are going to reduce it. Dividend 8,000. Sorry. Add it. Debit item, add it. Debit item, add it. That's it, the difference. Debit and credit. Debit, all debit will be added, all credit will be deducted. So this is the beauty of adjusted P&L. Now one by one adjustment. Yes, over beta, last 10 minutes. Purchase investment of 78,000. So what is the entry? Investment account debit to cash. Investment to cash 78,000. And where to give second effect? Investing activity. Write down. Outflow. Purchase of investment. Two effects. 78,000. Outflow. 78,000 outflow. Sold investment of 1,02,000 and investment cost 90,000. So profit. This is book value. This is selling price. So profit 12,000. We already booked this profit. Already booked. Profit already booked. Gain on sale of investment. Just right now, investment by cash 1,02,000. If nothing is given, then balancing figure will be by cash. Sold. Here to cash means purchase. So investing activity inflow. Investing activity, sale of investment 1,02,000 over. 1,02,000 over. Purchase plant of rupees 1,20,000. What is the entry? Plant account debit to cash. So plant के debit में to cash 1,20,000. 1,20,000. $1,20,000. Second effect, investing activity. Purchase of plant. Negative figure. 1,20,000. Purchase of plant. Negative figure. 1,20,000. Next one. Sold plant cost 10,000. So this is a book value. Cost, original cost. Original cost. Accumulated depreciation 2,000. And 5,000 selling price. WDV 10,000 minus accumulated depreciation 2,000, 8,000. So this is WDV. So loss 3,000 already booked. Loss already booked. So we have to pass two entries. AD cancellation. AD to asset. AD to asset. Plant. AD to plant. Two entries we are going to pass. AD to plant, that is 2,000. AD cancelled. And cash to plant 5,000. AD to plant, cash to plant. चलो. AD च्या डेबिटला टू प्लांट. AD च्या डेबिटला टू प्लांट 2,000 and plant च्या क्रेडिटला बाय AD 2,000. By AD 2,000. And plant च्या क्रेडिटला by cash 5,000 and sold, plant sold or sale of plant 5,000. Sale of plant 5,000. Sale of plant 5,000. And loss entry already booked. So there are three entries that I will revise it in the next session. So three entries you already aware. AD cancellation, cash, plant sold, and third entry, book of loss. Loss is already booked. Issued 1 lakh of bonds in exchange of plant. So entry will be plant account debit to bonds. Plant account debit to bonds 1 lakh. So plant के debit में 2 bonds 1 lakh and bonds के credit में by plant 1 lakh. Buy plant 1 lakh. Next. Repaid bonds of rupees 50,000. 50,000 bonds repaid. So bonds to cash. And whenever to cash is there, financing activity now. Cash outflow, financing activity, bonds repaid. Bonds repaid, outflow 50,000. 50,000. Two effects. Issued 15,000 shares. Bank to equity share capital. Bank means inflow. So here only issue of shares. Issue of share capital. How much beta? 1,50,000. And second effect, capital के credit में by bank 1,50,000. Now we are going to close. No, dividend. Dividend paid. So dividend to cash, last entry. Dividend to cash. This is payment 8,000. And second effect, outflow in financing activity. Dividend paid 8,000 in financing activity. Over. Almost we have done. Yes. Almost at the end. Over. Now, one by one close these accounts. First one is plant. Yes, plant 505 plus 120 plus 100. 7,25,000. And this is also tallied. 725. Both sides are tallied. 725. You can check. If anything is left, you can write it. Plant over. AD 1,05,000. And 68 plus 37 is also 1,05,000. Tallied. AD tallied. Investment. This is 2,17,000 minus 127 minus 78. This is also tallied. 2,17,000. Fourth working note tallied. You can check. If left, you can write it. Okay, you can take a screenshot. Fatafat. Share capital 4,65,000. It's also tallying. Bonds 345 tallying. You can take a screenshot if you want. 345 tallying. Next is income tax. To cash 12,000 is the total, and to cash 9,000, and it has a separate head, income tax paid under operating activity, income tax paid separate head. You can write over there outflow 9,000, outflow 9,000. And I think dividend is getting tallied 8,000. Friends, now adjusted P&L we are going to close. This is by operating profit. You can write here by operating accrued profit. And for understanding purpose, operating accrued profit. And this is operating profit before working capital changes. So 37 plus 23 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8 plus 140. 2,18,000. This is only a shortcut. 68,000 I am getting here. And you can do here. Here also you are getting 68,000. You can check 8 plus 37 plus 23 minus 6 minus 12 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8. I am getting 68. Cash generated from operations, you can take 68 minus 34 plus 8 plus 4 plus 7 plus 3. I am getting 56,000. 56,000 I am getting. 56 minus 9. 47,000 you can write over there. Cash generated from operation 56 minus 9 is net cash flow from operating activity. 6 minus 78 plus 102 minus 120 plus 5. I'm getting negative 85,000. And here 23 minus hai. Otherwise, you can take first positive figures. 150 minus 23 minus 50 plus 8. I'm getting 150 minus 50 minus 23. I'm getting 69,000 positive. 69 minus 85 plus 47, 31,000. Yes! So this is all for this statement. You can take a screenshot if you want. Chalo fatafat screenshot le lijiye. 1 minute. You can take a screenshot. 1. If you are not with my speed, you can take a screenshot. This is the B, cash generated from operations. 1 minute. Now you can take a screenshot. Okay. Now this is CDEF. Take a screenshot. Yes, beta, easy technique. Today, give me a promise, sir. We will solve it for 3 times. Minimum 3 times, beta. Minimum 3 times. Yes, minimum 3 times. Adjusted P&L, you can take a screenshot. Please share these screenshots on Telegram channel. Adjusted P&L, it is optional. Yes. Plant account. Then you have AD and investment. AD and investment. Yes, beta, easy hai. Promise na Harsh. Very good. AD and investment. Share capital bonds. Last but not least, income tax and dividend. Yes, बेटा, प्रॉमिस है मुझे 3 बार आप सॉल्व करोगे एंड टाइमिंग्स लिखोगे तीनों बार का. फर्स्ट टाइम कितना, सेकंड टाइम कितना, थर्ड टाइम कितना. यू विल राइट टाइमिंग्स ऑल्सो. ठीक है. So income tax and dividend is the last account. I hope you are clear with the all concepts. And indirect method, what is the simple technique? Balance sheet beta, 1 effect, P&L 2 effects, and adjustment 2 effects. Yes, go by one. Though you are finding it difficult first time, if you do practice it properly beta, you are going to understand it. Don't worry. So हम लोग बाद में देख लेंगे. So this is all for my side. Thank you and bye bye. Thank you. Yes, over.